Oh, you know what that means. Because I heard someone this week talking about how she had so much going on, but for some reason her friend understood how much she has going on, but she continues to bring all her baggage to her friend, even though her friend has got a lot more things going on than she does, and she doesn't make time to tolerate her friend's problems. Only time she makes is to give her friend her problems. So that led me to believe, why do we tolerate our friends who don't tolerate us?
Wow. It's a good one.
I think everyone is guilty of that, because sometimes in the moment you don't even realize that, man, when I got something going on, I don't really know if I can depend on my friend, like truly depend on them, or will they make the same exact sacrifices as I make for our friendship?
No, sometimes it's one sided. Sometimes, and it's more one sided during the crisis like situations or whatever. But sometimes it's just best you just keep shit to yourself. At
But
times, it's not like you don't want to communicate with somebody or things, but it's just like if I had a friend I know they going through something and I'm going through something, but I definitely, like you said, like I definitely know that person's. I'm just gonna go ahead and not even say anything about what I got going on. I think it'll be like, "What's going on? How are you?" Type situation, and they may say, "Oh, well, what's up with you?" And then you be like, "Nothing," because you know. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody has that. But like you said, some people do have in that moment where it's just like, "Brrr," and yeah, okay, that's it. Then they call next time they call you, it's the same thing. They never call you when it's something like not going on.
hmm so I googled friends in crisis, right? And the question was, when should you stop reaching out to your friend? And their response was, if you realize that your friend is taking more energy than you get back, it might be time to stop reaching out to them. This often happens when they have a lot of drama in their life, or if they don't pay as much attention to your needs as you do their own. So do you then eliminate yourself when you start feeling like, my friend is feeling, it's taken away from my cup way more. I mean, my cup's already empty,
All right.
but my friend is coming over and emptying out the reserve cup that I have.
I mean, but that's when you have to, fall back and set, boundaries. Maybe if you set some boundaries, it may come out with a different effect, but maybe not. But you definitely gotta set those boundaries and have that conversation to see, like, am I tripping?
Hmm. So I don't like to be the one that's always reaching out to people.
hmm
I like every now and then to,
Somebody to reach out.
yeah.
hmm But
But go on, boo.
but does it mean that somebody feels differently towards you or value your friendship differently because they don't reach out as much as you reach out?
hmm
Like you may be the person that reaches out once a week or every other week,
hmm
right?
Yep.
But this person may reach out probably quarterly,
What the
once a
hell is
month.
what?
Like
What the hell is quarterly?
somebody might reach out once a month or once every 3 months. Does that mean that they value y'all friendship differently because they don't reach out that much?
How often do you think you reach out to your friends? You reach out to them quarterly?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I have, like, prime example, the people I hung with, grew up with
hmm
when I stayed on Clay Street.
Yeah.
I don't have to talk to them, like, literally, hadn't talked to Sophie in almost 6, 7 months. And when she reached out, it was just like, "Oh yeah, what's up? How you doing? Cool. This is what's going on." And we all linked up like it was a family reunion. But it wasn't no ill feelings like you don't reach out, I don't reach out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if somebody's value of reaching out to you is different than yours versus somebody who never reaches out?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you put that person in a different category because they don't reach out as much as you would like? So there's like a difference. Like, maybe if you told them, I'm the type of person that needs you to reach out to me once a month or twice a week type thing, then that person be like, well, I ain't that type of person, but we can come to a common ground, as you know, since I know you feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But if you never do that, how can you really say that somebody, you know, unless they just never reach out?
What if you feel like you're in a friendship where like they're using you? You know, because friendships are supposed to be a two-way street.
It definitely is.
I
Then
don't
you
ever
then
want to
you
feel like
give
I'm always there for my friend, but I can't depend on my friend being there for me.
then you give boundaries. And then you have to, fall back.
Okay. What about the friend that may betray your trust? So you have a conversation with them in confidence, and they then in turns, and you explain to them, I'm having this conversation with you, but I want to understand. I just want your opinion. I don't want you to go back and have this conversation with someone else that can potentially go back to that person and then have that same exact confidence. I mean, that conversation that you and I had, and they have that conversation with the person that you was having that conversation with them
That's
about.
not supposed to,
Yeah.
no.
So what happens if your trend betrays you? How do you feel about that? Are you drunk?
I'm listening to you because you just said your trend betrayed you. And
I
I'm
didn't say
like,
that. Told you. Oh my God, it came back so
run it
fast.
back.
No, I'm not running nothing
Run
back.
it back.
Just this last week, we were talking about meat, and you said met, and
And
I
you got on
stopped
me.
you. Yeah.
So now I gotta get you. Like, that's just what it's gonna be. But you tell that person. Like, some people just ghost somebody without saying what their reason for not communicating with you or talking to you. And then you have people who will be like, look, this is what it is. It ain't gonna work out. I can't be your friend because you betrayed me. And that's fine.
Hmm. But we
So the
also,
question is, are you a address that or you a ghoster?
I'm a ghoster.
Okay.
I'm honest. I'm
Okay.
What about when you realize you've outgrown that friendship? Because you know they say
You can
some
outgrow
friendships
friendships.
are important to you in a particular point in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So if you was friends with someone because man, at this point in my life I like the club, then
Mm-hmm.
that was that point.
And that person still likes the club. Like, where's the growth?
Yeah, yeah. So some of them type of friendships don't stand the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the friendships that make you feel that lower your self esteem? You don't feel good about yourself when you're with this person. Some people might not be doing anything you can identify as wrong, but you just don't feel good about yourself when you're with them.
You gotta distance yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you have that gut feeling, you should always go with your gut. But you also have people who have insecurity, so they friend people that they think don't look as good as them in their eyes to see, like, to make it seem like they all that. That's just like when I was younger, I had some people that I hung with, and I felt like, okay, well, I was the token black girl because I was darking everybody, and I never liked my complexion, so I felt like, oh, well, that's kind of like giving like the mean girl vibes, like we're cute, you're ugly type shit. And I was the type of person to say, bitch, fuck you, you're dirty, y'all got roaches, and shit like that. So I understand that.
That's just like me. I hung with friends that I went to school with, and I did. I wasn't in a position to be able to afford new shoes and new clothes for the new school year. So my grandmother did the best that she could to make sure she could provide clothes for me to have on my back, but it didn't necessarily stand up to the potential that everyone else had when it came to preparing for school and being ready for school. So that made me realize when I got older there were certain things that I needed to do to make sure that I could always look decent, whether I was matching or mismatching. Yeah.
I didn't even
What
say
about the people
nothing.
that don't respect your boundaries? People who care about you should always respect your boundaries. Even if they don't understand what lies behind your needs, they need to accept it without making a fuss. So what about the people that don't respect your boundaries and then they like consistent in messaging you, I mean basically telling you, well, they always got something to say after you say, well, this is just what I want, but no, this is what I want. Okay, you drunk.
No, that's what what's her name? Ari Fletcher,
Mm-hmm.
Moneybag Yo girl. She said to a girl who was like talking shit or whatever. She said, respectfully, stop breathing. What she said? Respectfully, stop breathing. Thanks. She said, respectfully, hold your breath forever. That's what it was. Respectfully, hold your breath forever. So that's what it's given.
Mm.
Because when it comes to only way they can constantly disrespect your boundaries is if like everywhere you go, they go. Like they doing some stalker type shit. But they got blocked on your phone for a reason. Block on social media, all types of stuff. So
What about the friend in the group chat that doesn't respond to your text messages as often as they usually do? How do you feel about that? You continue to try to like get their input in the group chat, or do you reach out to them outside the group chat just to make sure things are okay?
well, everybody who have group chats, I would assume that outside of the group chat, you do talk to each individual person.
Mm,
If unless you did not create the group chat and everybody in the group chat isn't don't have each other's phone number because that's not a mutual friend. Does that make sense?
mm-hmm,
Like this person may, oh my gosh, this gonna bring back the deja vu to my ex best friend. My friend, so you're my friend, okay?
mm-hmm,
You know me,
mm-hmm,
but by you knowing me, you now know her through me.
mm-hmm,
But you and her are not friends,
mm-hmm.
okay?
But you ain't friends with that other friend. She just so happened to be in the picture.
But she my friend and I'm your friend,
Mm-hmm,
but you can't be her friend.
mm-hmm.
So tall ass shit. But people really do this. Like you have people who have best friends who are like, if I don't go somewhere, if we're invited somewhere and I don't go, you can't go.
Oh
Or
yeah.
if um yeah, if I don't go,
If
you
I ain't
can't go.
cool, if I ain't cool with her, you can't be cool with
If
her.
I ain't cool with her, you can't be cool with her. But the stipulations with that is what is y'all reason for not being cool? You get what I'm saying?
And how does that what does that have to do with me?
Excuse me. I was born
I enjoy
alone.
I enjoy this friendship.
I was
Why
born
should I
alone.
risk the bond that we have because you personally have a problem with this
I
person?
was born
You've
alone.
dealt with that before.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why I say it goes to, well, what is the reason that y'all are not friends anymore? Like, if it's for some like minute petty ass shit or
Or because the person's a fucking weirdo. Let's be legit and straight. A lot of people have weirdo ass friends
but
who do weird
people
shit that just doesn't make sense for everybody.
and that is fine, but you have some people who feel some type of way when
God
you
damn.
don't meet that person where they are when it comes to like the things like that's why I say they agree to disagree. Like We can be friends on different levels. Like you may like me and my sister, night and day. I'll listen to rap, ratchet, go-go stuff. My sister will listen to heavy rock, metal, those type of things.
The devil is back music.
Completely. That ain't, oh no, the devil is back. The fuck? That's wrestling music. But that does not mean our bond can't be good on other things. You get like that's what I'm saying is
Yeah, squishy.
the different. What?
That's what she say.
Leave my sissy dilly dell alone. So
I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying.
I know
Oh,
she say squishy. I know
yeah, squishy.
you hating. So
That's hate.
it all depends on what you feel or how you feel about the situation. But I think people should get better into the terms of communicating, even with friends. Like, I don't think you're a friend if you was in the wrong and did something and I tell you you was in the wrong and we can't have a conversation and be cool the next day or shit the next week. Like, all right, bitch, I heard you. That's not a friend. Like, if somebody can tell you wrong or you did something out of pocket, that's not a friend. Or even like when you go out and do certain stuff or dress a certain way or whatever. If your friend, you know your friend look a hot ass mess, but you still go out with that person and don't tell them they look a hot ass mess. So when somebody say, "Girl, you knew she looked crazy," yeah, but I ain't say nothing. That ain't a friend.
But what
Because it
about the
should still
friend that
be
can't
able to be
handle you
like,
telling them that they
it
look a
should
hot
still
ass
be able to
mess?
be like, yeah, I told her and she still wanted to wear it. Cool. At least I told you and you still wanted to do it. So I'm good with that. But you should still be able to say stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, to end this topic, man, be mindful of your friendships. Some friendships are meant to stand the test of time, and some friendships are meant for the moment.
There's a season
And
and a
there's a
reason.
rainfall. There's just those rainy days.
In a night sunshine.